Moron. Fairies and unicorns are repelled by iron. They can't even live here. They're in heaven, idiot. Just like you can't get there, they're there. That's why they're there. Because you can't get there. They're not here. I keep telling you that. Now, maybe in the past, before we got too smart for our own britches and want to use cameras everywhere and catch everything by sight, they might have appeared to a few people to show they at once were here. Hell, even on freaking UFO encounters, they claim to have seen some kind of dare wolf or whatever it was, right? And whatever, right? That's the point, too. We're not in the right time loop. We're in the evil time loop, right? You know, you remember doing the time warp? Well, we're warping time backwards. We're destroying the planet from its full making by Jesus, right? And God. Now, in Eden, yes, there could have been fairies. Here, no. Because once the iron of Satan got into our blood and we started reproducing, guess what? They had to leave. You're probably seeing the last glimpse of the last fairies, too, in Ireland and all that, too, right? They're disappearing. They're going back into heaven, right? Because they're not the evil creatures here. We are now. Even if you saw one, what would you do with one? Capture it and put it in a cage and research it, right? That's why. So, yeah, fairy lover. But who would capture the fairy and put it in a cage? That's why they're not here. They're in heaven, which you cannot see anymore with the iron in your eyes. Has blinded you. That you cannot see the truth. And I can only tell you the truth so much before I have to leave myself like Jesus did. Jesus couldn't stay past 40 days because Peter wouldn't do it his way. He told him to feed his sheep before he left, but did he do it? No. Even, he barely let John mention Babs. You think he wasn't aware of that before he left? He gave me permission to use that one word as a reference to Isaiah 60:16. He allowed that by grace. His grace. Not the truth of the Lord. Paul, I know he blinded you too. Peter with his guile. Oh, it is guile. And you know he's doing something wrong, and you know he's doing something wrong. You're trying to withstand him yourself. I know. Right. Right. But see, unlike John the Baptist, Paul believed in Jesus and was he healed of his beheadment. No one knows. No one knows. Because you're not going to stick around to see if a dead man rises from the dead, usually either. Not with Peter either. But somehow there's a shroud of somebody. But it wasn't Jesus, because you can't make a shroud of Jesus that way by Jewish burial at that time, right? So that's why I wear the upside down cross of Peter to remind you. 2 men were crucified upside down. Oh, one was right side up and one was upside down. That's right. I told you that before, didn't I? One is showing you the cross of Satan. One is showing you the cross of Christ. One is telling you he was both male and female. One was a man crucified upside down where you would have to nail him through the wrist to support his upside down body weight. Because the truck would be disproportionate. That's why normally you can nail him to the wrists or hands, right? Either one would have worked back then, right? But definitely with Peter, you had to do it through the wrists. Believe it or not. Not my job to change your mind. My job is to witness for Peter what he won't witness for Christ. What Christ done told him 2,000 years ago. You do understand, Peter, that's all I can do. Is try to witness for Christ how you would not, because I have more readily information about hermaphrodites today, too, than you did then, right? Oh, do understand it, sir. I do say it with all due respect. But, of course, you got to go to pornographic sites to even see one now. Self-righteous Jewish bastard. and who's still Jewish and not of the Lord. Not anymore. I know your real name should be Sifa, not Cephas, as well. John the Divine and Beloved. None of y'all are being worthy of the truth anymore, are you? You make me wonder if you were C.I. Scofield. He did bring it out a little bit, so did King James, right? Maybe he was just a big man. Onion breast like a woman. I don't know why they left it in, but they left it in till Scofield, and then Scofield came up and tried to do something, and then World War I started, right? Right. I find that kind of funny. That World War I started when Scofield started pointing out that shad means female breast and Shaddai means breasted enough, right? For the female breast. And if you're in the middle between the male and the female, neither Jew nor Gentile, bond nor free, that would be a perfect size for your breast too. Between an A and a B to a double D, whatever. I don't know. A D or a double D. That would make him at least a C cup, and if John saw him on the cross, right, that's what he's saying. Come on. Live in the past or come to the future. It's up to you. Bye.